So today I chose the recipe. I have been wanting to do this recipe for a while. Today we're gonna make homemade marshmallows. Hello, my name is Shabrska.
Hi, my name is Sandra and I am Sumar.
In this kitchen and channel, the secret ingredient is
Love.
All the ingredients, utensils, or equipment that we're gonna be using to prepare this recipe, I'm gonna leave it in the description box down below. Let's start with this recipe.
So the first thing that we're gonna prep is our pan. It's not shown on the video, but I use cooking spray, and I put a lot of cooking spray, and then I use a mix of half cornstarch, half powdered sugar, and I dust it on top of my pan so when I put my marshmallow it doesn't stick. Now in the bowl of my standard mixer I am adding a half a cup of water and 3 envelopes of gelatin so it blooms. Well, I made my syrup. Once the gelatin is blooming, I'm gonna add my sugar, my corn syrup, and my water to my pan, and I'm gonna bring it into a simmer until it reaches a temperature of 200 degrees. Marshmallow is called marsh because it's actually made, in the past it was actually made about marshmallow, which is a plant, and they would extract make an extract from the roots, and that's how we'll get the consistency that we know as marshmallow today. Don't forget to add a little bit of salt, a little pinch to enhance the flavors. Once it reaches 200 degrees, you're gonna turn on your standing mixer or your hand mixer or blender, and you're gonna start mixing your gelatin. And then you're gonna start adding your syrup at a slow speed, and then you're gonna increase it until it gets into a high speed. I didn't do that. I added everything on slow speed and it didn't work, but don't worry, you haven't messed up the recipe. Just put the mixture back into the pot and turn on the mixer on high speed and start adding the mixture back into the mixer using a really thin sprain. You can do the same if you didn't make my mistake. You can increase the speed when you're adding the syrup to the gelatin, and you wouldn't have to do it again like I had to do. Once you add all your syrup in it, it's gonna start like incorporating more air. For me it took like 15 minutes to incorporate all the air in it, and right after it gets close to the consistency, you're gonna notice that I'm gonna add my vanilla. You're gonna know that it's done because you're gonna turn off your machine and pull the whisk, and you can draw ribbons on top of the mixture and the ribbons will hold. You have to be really careful because the syrup is 200 degrees, so you're gonna add it at the really close to the side of the bowls, and you're just gonna use the side of the bowls to let the syrup fall into the mixture. There I added my vanilla paste. I lowered the speed a little bit so it wouldn't splatter all over the place. And once it's done, you're gonna put it, you can see there on the right side of the bowl that there was a ribbon. You're gonna put it on your prep mold, and you're just gonna leave it sitting on the counter overnight. I did this recipe at 10 p.m. I think is when I was finished, then 10:30, and I didn't cut my marshmallows until like 4 p.m. and they were set by then. So you're gonna add all your mixture. My mixture was like really smooth, still a little bit soft. So it spread evenly with little gas bucket. But if your mixture is thicker than mine, you can wet your hands and just pat it really gently so it spread evenly on the bowl. You see how the texture is. I love it. This recipe was so much fun to do. Once you let it rest, it's gonna be really easy to take it out of the mold. What I did is I used a little spatula and scrub the borders, as you're gonna see next. That's how it looks. It was so fun. And I just leave it there on this tabletop, on my stove top, sorry. There you go. So it's really easy to take out, as I was saying. It doesn't stick. Spray your knife and the same half and half mixture of cornstarch and powdered sugar. You're gonna dust your knife so the knife doesn't stick to the marshmallows. And set it aside because you're gonna need it. You're gonna dust all your marshmallows so they don't stick together. You see, I'm using the little spatula. There you go. And then I'm gonna dust it on the top before I cut them. I added more powdered sugar too. There you go. It's really worth, like, you guys can make so many flavors. I think next time I'm gonna do chocolate chip. I'm so excited. So that's the top, and you can see I'm speed up the video a little bit here. I took it out really easily and then I cut it. To smaller pieces so my son could have some. There you go, look how sticky they are. Once you cut them, you have to dust them really nice. I put a lot of dust and I took my time. I didn't show it on the video, but I took my time in making sure that each corner, each side was properly dusted so they will keep longer in the fridge and not stick back together. There you see, open and making sure that everything is really well dusted. I made a mess, but it was a fun mess. And then I took them apart and massaged them and make sure that they were really nice dusted. If you skip this step, they're not gonna last long and they're gonna stick together and it's gonna become a mess. And you can use this to make s'mores, to put in hot cocoa, to snack on them. The possibilities are endless. And you can make other flavors. You can make strawberry, you can make, like I say, chocolate chip, rose water, and have fun with the flavor since you're controlling it. And this is how they look. I made 2 regular ones and 2 torch, and they were so good. Torch, it tasted completely different to the ones that you buy in the store. So let's see what mommy thinks about this recipe.
So let's try it out, mom. Oh, you ate 2? Now I need to get another one. Love it. So let's try it out without torching. Very fluffy.
Perfect.
It's so light and fluffy. It's not like the one on the supermarket. You guys need to try this. Seriously, almost everything homemade is better. So good. I know for this recipe, it's that when you start adding the syrup to the gelatin and water on the mixer, make sure to put it in high and add that syrup really slowly against the bowl. Otherwise, it's not gonna aerate and create that meringue texture that you're looking for. Let's try the caramelized one, or torch. Cheers! I forgot cheers, mama. We got so involved tasting this that we forgot cheers. Damn, it's really good. It's really good. This is life changing. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. And if you really did like this video, don't forget to share it. Go ahead and try this recipe. I promise you it's gonna change the way you see marshmallows. And you can do it with different flavors. You can make chocolate chip ones, and instead of using
Coconut.
cornstarch, you can add cocoa powder and some chocolate chips before you take it out of the mixer. And coconut, like mama say, mama loves coconut. So if you try this recipe, don't forget to send me pictures. And I see you next week with another recipe with mommy.
Yeah. I'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bye bye.